Hello and welcome to the fourth part of OpenRCT2 Graphics, a tutorial series about the RCT Graphics Helper add-on for Blender. Last episode we prepared our file to be able to do some modeling work, and today I will just go ahead and take you along how I create my objects. I would love to create the toadstool object with you. So this is the object, and I'll take that as a reference for my modeling work. Let's take a look at how big this object is here in RCT. We need to open the tile inspector and then just select the tile the object is standing on, which will give us the list of every object on that tile, including the tile's surface. And on the base height you can see that we are 14 units above 0 and the clearance height is 20. That means the object is 6 units high. 20 minus 14. We can just use that as a reference in Blender. One land height is 2 height units high. So let's halve that height by dividing that by 2 to get one increment of a RCT height unit. And then we can go over here and scroll to the little wrench icon and create an array modifier to stack multiple instances of that cube on top of each other. Let's have that not stacked in the X direction. Put a 0 in here, but in the Z direction. You can put a 1 in here. And to make it a little bit clearer on what's happening, you can go to the cube icon here and under maximum draw type you can set that to wire to see through the cube. And now you can see increasing the count here increases the height of this reference mesh. 6 height units is the height of the original object, and that means we can use that as the outer dimensions for our object. Let's enable screencast keys here and close the side panel. And just as a quick checkup, I will give it a quick render and reload that and add a circle here to use as the toadstool, and I will go ahead and set that down to 16 because we don't need too many vertices here, so that this has 16 vertices now. And by hitting E on my keyboard, let's deactivate that, I can extrude this along and model the stem of the toadstool here. And now this is inside out, so I need to hit the Control and N to recalculate the normals. And by hitting period I can scale around my cursor. Comma reverses that. And now we have kind of this stem modeled here, and let's check how that looks. of course, deactivate your cube from being rendered. And there we go. You can also place that on top of the other object by disabling clearance checks, and with the tile inspector you can change the direction around. And now you can see my stem is way too big. Can make that smaller even, and then directly look at the changes. That seems about right. Let's model the cap of the toadstool and hit Alt-M on your keyboard to merge that to a point. Not too bad for a start. I hit Ctrl R to insert some loop cuts here to make the curvature even more organic. And then I will select those lower loops here and move those off the center, because the toadstool is not completely centered. And give that maybe even another loop cut here. Look at this reference object. This has like a bulge in here. Kind of like this. And I can even activate proportional editing here. And adjust the area that is affected with my mouse wheel while I'm scaling that up and down. Tap out of edit mode to render that. And let's give it a little reload. And I see I'm now again too big. And let's maybe even set that to smooth shading. With hitting G twice, you can slide that along the edge. And with O, you can enable or disable proportional editing. And now I will use proportional editing to make this add some imperfections here. And give it some organic flow. You can either rotate or move or scale those parts. This is scaling, this is rotating, this is moving it. So it has a little bit more of an organic flow now. I see that this cap is a little bit too small now. I'm going to scale that up. And that's kind of about it for a basic shape of a toadstool. And in the next episode we will look at how to texture that object. Thank you so much for watching. If you feel like it, feel free to like, share and subscribe, and we will continue this journey in the upcoming episodes. See you!